Hello, and welcome to another episode of Gossip Finance, where I am your host, Alacius Inger.
And I'm Duncan Sandlin. Welcome, everybody. How's it going, Lacey?
It's going excellently, and I gotta tell you, the news is so weird. I know I'm always saying that it's so weird. I can't wait to talk about it.
Yeah, I know. You
just can't make this stuff up.
No, I know. We're gonna do kind of a quick hit today on the news, but oh man. So the first story. So Mike Johnson, who's the new Speaker of the House, who's the far right wing evangelical. I mean, he's worse than Pence. He's a nut job, right? But he's got kind of an interesting product he's pitching here. I wanted to show everybody. So we'll start with that. Oh, man. And this is David Pakman's show.
Mike Johnson has his own son.
Hang on. All right. We'll start it there.
Mike Johnson has his own son monitoring his usage of pornography. This is so insane. These people are so weird. And it might actually be a national security risk. Let me explain. Mike Johnson admits that he and his son monitor each other's porn intake. He has.
Whoa!
How do you even explain these things? Mike,
so no, this is true. So,
and I thought I was close with my mom, but I gotta say, you got nothing on them, man. Oh man.
Woo. Yeah. So apparently he's got this program that he kind of pitches on his phone and his computer, where if you search for anything that might be pornographic or porn related, I mean, it's really sensitive. It could be anything that might trigger anything, right? Basically, it sends it to a friend that you search for this or watch this. So
wait, it sends your search to the friend?
Yes. So like if you're like, it's like your workout partner is there to make sure you stay on track. This is kind of
right. So if you and I are accountability partners and you hop online and you decide to type into Google camel toe, I'm going to get search results for camel toe?
Yeah, they're going to send you a blurred video of it, and then you can unblur the video and watch whatever I was watching.
Okay, so is this a way of being accountable to each other, or is this some creepy way of sending porn to each other?
Both.
Because if it's going to literally send me whatever weird shit you want to watch, then I get to watch the same weird shit that you do if I decide I want to.
Absolutely. That's what it is.
So this is one of those father-son bonding, let's share porn with each other kinds of things? Is that what this is?
Well, he's trying to say he uses it for accountability. I think it's more to monitor what his son is doing. But it's like, how would you like it if your parents could see whatever you looked up on your computer?
All right, viewers, what do you think it is? Are they just using this to share porn with each other, or are they keeping each other accountable?
I don't know.
And is one actually any better than the other one? Because I'm thinking about it, like, do I want to, as a teenage kid, be the one responsible for keeping my parent from watching porn? And if my parent falls off the wagon, or whatever the hell you want to call it, and does search up some porn, am I the appropriate person
to tell them
this is a really terrible idea anyway, to get an email with that porn in it?
Well, and then what are you going to do with it? You're going to call them and say, I got your porn? I mean,
so Dad, I got that weird bestiality thing you were searching. Right. Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs sideways. I don't know. What's he going to say to his dad about that?
I don't know. We'll watch more of this because he explains this. He tries to explain it. It gets weird.
It's stressing me out for everything.
Johnson has what's called an accountability partner. He is the accountability partner of his son, and his son is his accountability partner. They use technology, some kind of Christian covenant app, which will notify the other person about porn consumption. If Mike Johnson watches porn, his son will be notified through this service. And if Mike Johnson's son watches porn, Mike Johnson will be notified. Okay? He talked about this at some event. I guess this was a couple years ago or something like that. Now, just as a reminder, this is a really weird dude. He's in what's called a covenant marriage, which exists in only a few states. It makes it harder to get a divorce. Louisiana is one of the states that offers that. He's in such a marriage.
Wait,
So
what
here
kind
he
of
is
marriage?
talking about.
Oh, you've ever heard of this? So
No, I missed the word. I didn't catch what he said.
it's called a covenant marriage. It's a religious kind of.
That sounds creepy.
So what it does is it makes it almost impossible to get divorced. You both have to agree to a divorce, essentially.
And that's legal in particular states.
Certain states will enforce that. Most won't.
And so you could elect to get a regular marriage or a covenant marriage. And if like if you lived in that state, do you have to get a covenant marriage,
No,
or
no,
you get
no.
to choose it?
No, like Louisiana, it's a few of the like really religious southern states do it, but you don't. You have to choose it. You have to check that box, right? But
Oh hell no!
even then, it's funny about that is, let's say you wanted to get divorced, you could move to like a no-fault divorce state, which most states are, or at least recognize no-fault divorce, right, anymore. And you just have to live there for several months or a year or whatever, become a resident, and then file for divorce in that state.
So if you and I were married and had a covenant marriage, and I'm like, Duncan, you suck, I could just like move to a different state that doesn't have that until I'm like a resident or whatever,
Right.
and then file the divorce there.
Right. But the problem is you'd have to move. You'd have to have the money and everything to move. Right. It's just a drag. So it just makes it hard.
Well, I would never get a covenant marriage anyway, but you know what? When people want to bail out of a situation, they'll find a way to bail, man.
Yeah, it just sounds like I want to cheat on my wife, but I don't want her to leave kind of situation.
So let's make it way, way harder. Yeah.
That's all it says. So, but yeah, he's far right-wing Christian evangelical, like no sex before marriage, is against teaching kids about condoms, that kind of shit. Against gay people. I mean, he's way out there. But this is how he monitors his porn with his son, who I think is a teenager.
And this tool that he uses.
Was covenantized within your home. And so why is that such an effective tool?
It's called Covenant Eyes.
Why do parents need to put this into their home?
Yeah, that's great question. We probably could have called this more appropriately a war on the darkness of technology, because there are some good things with technology, of course. I mean, the Bible apps we all love. We broadcast our services, on our social media, and there's some very positive things, but there's also, as Clint's pointed out aptly, some really dark things. So Covenant Eyes is the software that we've been using a long time in our household.
Right.
I first learned about it at, I think, a Promise Keepers event in the early 2000s. I think it was developed in about the year 2000.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the largest accountability software that there is, and there's some paperwork out there on the table that I think everybody may have picked up on the way in. If not,
Yeah.
get it. It's a subscription-based. We don't make any money on this. I'm telling you, we use it. Okay, I'm endorsing it because I'm a user. It's about $15 a month, $16 a month, something like that. You get up to 10 devices, and what it is accountability software. So men in a church, men's Bible study groups will do it. That's how it's presented at Promise Keepers. But they also mention, hey, when your kids
Why are these people so weird?
become teenagers, especially if you have boys, dads,
Gosh,
they're
that's a
talking to
good
the guys
question.
at this event, you might want to think about doing this with your sons. And so we've been doing that. And so what it does real simply is it has an algorithm and software. It's way above my head how it works, but it scans. You obviously opt into it, but it scans all the activity on your phone or your devices, your laptop, tablet, what have you. We do all of it. And then it sends a report to your accountability partner. So
There you go.
my accountability partner right now is Jack, my son, right? And so he's 17. So he and I get a report
17.
of all the things that are on our phones or all of our devices once a week. If anything objectionable comes up, your accountability partner gets an immediate notice. I'm proud to tell you my son he's got a clean slate. All right. But we
He won't speak for himself, but his
Yeah, that's a good point. His son's
son's got a
clean.
clean slate.
Yeah.
His son's got a clean slate. I got to tell you this right now. I'd be more.
So what happens if the son only watches the porn his dad was watching? Does the report go back, or like is that one good because it's already on everyone's computer? So we've deemed this one is just fine.
I think it's good because he gets an email report of what. So, dad was watching, like you said, Chicks with Dicks or something. I don't
Turbo
know.
Pro
Right.
2000 or whatever, right?
Right.
Yeah.
2 girls, 1 cup, whatever it is. Right. And then his son gets to see it also. So,
Well, I guess that's family bonding. Jeez.
Well,
Holy
I mean,
hell.
it's-
Okay.
I think a lot of people have had that incident where you've accidentally seen your father's penis. And it's not a pleasant thing, right? But it's different if you accidentally see your father's penis and then you got to text him, Dad, stop texting me this shit.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
That's different.
It
Can
just,
you imagine you and your siblings sitting around a room and your dad comes in is like, all right, so we're going to put this thing on everybody's device in the family. So if anybody's
Watching
watching porn,
porn.
we're all getting notifications.
well, like, I would be more worried about a 17-year-old that isn't watching porn. Right? There's something wrong. That kid's going to grow up to be a serial killer. I mean,
Maybe that's a thing for boys, but I gotta say, when I was 17, I wasn't watching porn.
no.
I'm not sure that your average 17-year-old girl is, but
No.
boy, it sounds like you're saying yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Girls masturbate too.
Didn't say they don't. I just think that 17-year-old girls are not necessarily automatically likely to be watching porn.
Probably not, no.
And it says, hey, no activity of concern, and it's really, really sensitive. It'll pick up almost anything. It looks for keywords, search terms, and also images. And it will send your accountability partner a blurred picture of the image. So
Right. It's not so you get the images, but they've been blurred out. Why are these people so damn bizarre? I mean, weird beyond belief. Now, this is on a social, personal level, it's bonkers stuff. But there's another issue that's been brought up. He's allowing a third-party tech company to scan all of his electronic devices daily and then sending reports about the content to his son about what he's watching or not watching.
So he brings up a good point there, which is there's so many levels to this, right? One is it's just bizarre. But two, this is
Duncan.
Go ahead.
But Hillary's emails.
I know. This is the second most powerful man in the country, or the third most powerful man, right? Second after the president. And basically, this Covenant Eyes group gets all of his computer data sent to them on his cell phone, on his computer, on his tablet. And the guy's the Speaker of the House. I mean, I don't.
This all just keeps getting stupider and stupider. I can't even.
Well, I don't want Pornhub to have my bank pass bills and my client information. These things should be compartmentalized.
Man, I wonder who developed this thing.
I don't know.
Any clue?
It's some Christian group.
Can you imagine looking for funding for this and like the pitch? All right, so the product I've got, can you imagine the Shark Tank pitch for that? You go on Shark Tank and they got the little music going and you're like, is porn a problem in your family? I bet you don't know, but now you will.
Right.
I mean, like.
But that's the thing is they market it to like you said, Bible study groups and things like that. These people are they're in their own little bubble. It's like how sexually oppressed are you too that you're afraid you'll accidentally watch some porn and you can't handle it, or that's something terrible about that. It just kills me. Oh man. So anyway, that's how Mike prevents himself from watching porn. He gives an example where he gets a notice that his son watched something because it was two women was in the title. And it turns out to be two women who are teachers talking to each other about something academic. It was something for school. I don't know. That's how sensitive this thing is. He wrote two women. Why is he looking at two women? I don't know, because he's a 17-year-old boy. It's a 90% chance he's straight. I mean... Okay, well, that's the Speaker of the House. We keep making fun of him, but it's just the
Well,
more
America, this is a real thing.
yep, the more we learn about this guy, the crazier it is. Oh man. And